Hey folks, Ira here. I hope you've had a great Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in for the Earthquake Report. Today is May the 17th, 2016. It was on this day in 1976 when a 7.1 struck Uzbekistan. 6 were killed and 10,000 were made homeless. This earthquake was so powerful that it was felt over 603 miles away. Today is known as Pack Rat Day. So, if you are a pack rat, you're in good company. You might as well come out of hiding behind those piles of valuable stuff and celebrate this fun day. Oh yeah. Alright, earthquake report time. Here we go. As of 6:16 p.m. Eastern Time, we have clocked in 175 earthquakes. This brings our weekly total to 968 and our monthly total to 4,776. A year ago today, we clocked in 302 earthquakes. The strongest to strike the planet then was a 5.6 that hit just 259 miles off the coast of Vanuatu. The strongest to strike the planet today was a 5.2 that hit Iwo Jima, Japan. In total, this region experienced 2 earthquakes today, the second being a 4.7. Speaking of Japan, this area seems to be experiencing yet again more intense earthquakes. In fact, just yesterday, Tokyo was hit with an intense 5.6. This earthquake not only shook buildings, but disrupted the operation of elevators throughout the city and took the Tokai nuclear plant offline. Interesting. We clocked in 2 additional earthquakes that fell within the Category 5 scale. We experienced a 5.1 that originated in Flying Fish Cove via the Christmas Island, and a 5.1 that hit Papua New Guinea. I know that some of you are asking yourselves, what is Christmas Island? Well, Christmas Island is an Australian territory in the Indian Ocean, lying just south of Java, Indonesia. Anyways, in total, we have experienced 11 earthquakes that fell within the magnitude 4 scale, all of which struck along the Ring of Fire. New Zealand was hit with a 4.9. Papua New Guinea makes the list once again with a 4.7. The Philippines with a 4.7 as well. Guam with a 4.8. China with a 4.9 and a 4.8. Russia with a magnitude 4. Nikolsky, Alaska registered a 4.7. Skipping past the west coast and just beyond Central America, we see that Argentina was struck with a 4.2 and Chile with a 4.3. The remaining earthquakes struck, for the most part, locations here in the United States, some of which have been really interesting. We'll start with Hawaii, which has 8 on the books. 87% of these earthquakes originated from the volcano. The strongest registered was a 2.8. Alaska has experienced only 27 earthquakes thus far, the strongest being the previously mentioned 4.7. No unusual earthquakes have been witnessed at this time. Washington has clocked in a healthy 12 earthquakes. The strongest to hit was only a 1.5 that struck the coast. 6 of the 12 earthquakes originated from Amboy. Oregon has been very active. 19 have been experienced thus far. The most intense to strike was a 3.5 in Lakeview. Interestingly enough, only 4 of the 19 earthquakes originated from there. The remaining 15 struck Mount Hood Village. As you know, this area has really captured the attention of major news outlets, as a recent swarm has some believing that an eruption of sorts could be near. At this point in time, it is difficult to say what is happening, as these earthquakes could very well be tectonic in origin. We'll definitely watch this area closely going forward. California has experienced 59. The strongest to hit was a 3.8 that just shook Coalinga. Anyone that follows Dutch Sense is probably not surprised to hear this, considering his forecast, which was just made available last night. Amazing. Nevada has clocked in 22 today. The strongest experienced was a 2.2 in Gerlach Empire. Montana experienced a noteworthy 3.2 in Dillon today. This was in conjunction with a 1.0 in Lima and a 0.3 in Four Corners. Idaho clocked in 1. This was a 1.4. Utah also has 1 on record. This was a 0.8 that hit Randolph. Oklahoma has clocked in 3. This was a 2.6 in Langston, a 2.4 in Pawnee, and a 2.1 in Edmond. The New Madrid seismic fault experienced movement today as well. This was a 2.6 that just struck moments ago in East Prairie, Missouri. Finally, New Mexico, of all locations, clocked in an earthquake today. This was a 3.1 that hit Carlsbad. The ranger station at Dog Canyon reported feeling a slight bump, but officials at Carlsbad Caverns National Park, which is about 45 miles away from the epicenter, said no visitors or staff reported feeling anything. There have been about 10 small quakes in the region that includes southeastern New Mexico and parts of West Texas over the last year. These earthquakes have averaged around a magnitude 3.0, and most were actually closer to Pecos and Fort Stockton, Texas. So there you have it, folks. We have once again witnessed interesting movement not only along the Ring of Fire, but at locations here in the United States. It is definitely shaping up to be an interesting week. And that is it for the Earthquake Report. If you experienced an earthquake today, or if you would simply like to chat, please post down below. I would like to hear from you. Make certain to like and subscribe, share if you feel inclined. Also, if you like the social media thing, you can link to us via the standard allotted social sites in the description. We'll end this report with a video feed from our favorite star. Guys, stay safe, have a great night. Hoorah!